Have you been learning English for years and years, but you still haven't reached your fluency goals? Let's make 2025 the year you become fluent in English. Today, you'll learn 6 powerful daily habits to help you make 2025 your fluent in English year. Welcome back to JForrest English. Of course, I'm Jennifer. Now let's get started. Habit number 1. Think in English during everyday activities. One of the most powerful habits to become fluent fast is to practice your English during routine activities. I'm sure you're busy and have limited time to learn English. So use your routine moments to practice your English. And you have routine moments every day. So this habit can easily add 30 minutes or more of English practice to your daily routine. Think about all the things you do every day that don't require a lot of conscious effort. Maybe it's washing your face, making your breakfast, vacuuming, or of course, commuting. Use these boring moments to practice your English. Every morning, you probably make coffee or make breakfast. As you pick up your coffee mug, think to yourself in English, I'm picking up my coffee mug. I'm pouring coffee into my mug. This coffee smells amazing. Your goal isn't to make complex sentences. Your goal is to make basic observations in English. As this habit becomes easier and easier, you can make your ideas more complex. Or practice switching verb tenses. For example, yesterday's coffee took longer to make than today's coffee. Or, I prefer light roast coffee because it better highlights the subtle, complex flavors. Remember that for this activity to become a habit, it needs to be done consistently. As a bonus tip, identify a certain time of day for this habit. Start by thinking in English as you're making coffee. Then in 1 week, you can add on thinking as you're grocery shopping. And in another week, you can add on thinking as you're cleaning your house. You can set a daily reminder on your phone or put a sticky note next to your favorite coffee cup as a reminder. If you're ready to start thinking in English today, comment coffee, coffee, comment coffee, so I know you're committed. Put coffee in the comments now. This habit is so powerful because the more you think in English, the more likely you'll be able to open your mouth and form sentences in English without first translating in your head. So again, comment coffee if you're committed to this powerful daily habit. Habit number 2, listen to native speakers every day. This may seem like an obvious habit, and right now you're listening to me, a native speaker, and you probably listen to my videos or other English teachers every day, right? But that's not what I'm talking about with this habit. I want you to listen to native speakers in a natural context, because right now we're in a classroom. We're not in the real world. You're not listening to me have a conversation with my family, friends, or with my coworkers. For habit number 2, you'll listen to native speakers in the real world every day. You can simply watch a YouTube video on a non-English learning topic. Watch the news, watch 5 minutes of a TED Talk, watch 5 minutes of the show Friends or whatever your favorite TV show is. This is an amazing daily habit because you'll improve all areas of your English. You'll improve your listening skills. You'll learn new vocabulary and sentence structure, and you'll learn natural pronunciation. Keep in mind that there's a big difference between active practice and passive practice. This daily habit is more of a passive practice. You won't be actively studying the conversation. You're going to listen to the native speakers passively. Just like habit 1, this habit won't take any additional time. You can listen to native speakers when you're making breakfast, getting ready, doing your hair, or when you're commuting. Those are perfect times to put in your earphones and listen to native speakers passively. Now, don't worry, even though this is passive, you are still learning so much. Your brain is actively learning. Your brain is learning correct pronunciation directly from native speakers. Your brain is learning new vocabulary in context. Your brain is learning correct sentence structure naturally. And your brain is learning how to understand natives when they speak fast, which is all the time in the real world. As a bonus tip, make sure you find content that you enjoy listening to, because if you enjoy the process, you're more likely to do it daily. Habit number 3, speak aloud for 2 minutes. Most students are language learners, but they're not language users. Most students spend their time listening to English like you are now, or reading in English. When you open your mouth and speak, you're using all the English that you've spent so much time learning. When you open your mouth and speak, you use grammar, sentence structure, vocabulary, and pronunciation. And you also want to be a language user, not only a language learner, right? Of course you do. You want to have conversations with people in English. This daily habit will make sure you're prepared for that. Remember, this is a daily habit, so you will speak in English every day. And when I say speak, I'm not talking about speaking in your head without opening your mouth. I'm talking about vocalizing sounds. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jennifer, I want to speak in English, but I don't have a speaking partner. I don't have anyone to speak to. Let me stop you right now, because you do not need a speaking partner for this daily habit. You can speak to yourself in a room alone, and you can do this every single day. You don't need someone to hear the words out of your mouth in order for you to practice speaking. All you need to do is open your mouth and speak. And this is great news, because you can do this anytime and you can do this every day. I'm sure you want to know what you'll speak about. Here's a free resource to help you with this daily habit. Google random question generator, and then all you need to do is click a button and generate a random question. Now all you need to do is open your mouth and answer the question. At first, you may only speak for 10 seconds or 30 seconds. That's okay. Make it your goal to increase how long you speak every day until you get to 2 minutes. Your goal is to speak for 2 minutes on each question. Because this daily habit only takes 2 minutes, you can easily do this habit 3 or 5 times per day. Start slow, and once it becomes a habit, you can add more practice based on how much time you have. Let me be clear that your goal is to practice. This means that you will make mistakes, stumble on your words, and answer questions very poorly. That's the point. That's why you need to do this to get more comfortable speaking. Your goal is simply to practice. Habit number 4, shadowing practice. When you shadow, it means you imitate someone and you try to match their speech exactly. For this habit, the focus is on accuracy and precision. Here's how you can complete this exercise. Choose any audio or video clip, listen to one sentence, and then hit pause. Now you need to open your mouth and repeat the sentence aloud. You can't do this activity in your head. The way we pronounce sounds in our heads is not the same as how you'll pronounce it when you open your mouth and vocalize the sounds and words. So you must speak aloud to shadow. Let's try this activity right now so you know exactly what to do to make this a daily habit. I'll say one sentence. When I'm done speaking, you need to repeat the sentence. I'll leave enough time for you to repeat it. What do you want to do tonight? Did you repeat it aloud? Now, when you choose your audio or video clip, it's best to use real-world dialogues so you can learn and practice real-world pronunciation. I'll say it again and notice how the sounds blend together because I said this in real-world English, not classroom English where each word is pronounced fully. Here's the sentence again, and you need to repeat it aloud. What do you want to do tonight? Did you practice that combined what'ya? What do you becomes what'ya in fast speech. Did you practice that wanna? Want to becomes wanna in fast speech. Let's do this again. I'll say the sentence and you need to repeat it aloud. What do you want to do tonight? Congratulations, you just successfully shadowed my speech and learned how to ask this very common phrase like a native speaker. Now, I asked you to repeat it 3 times because repetition is extremely important with shadowing. You should repeat each sentence at least 3 times, and you'll likely repeat it a lot more. Because you need to repeat it until you feel comfortable pronouncing it correctly and naturally. Our brains require repetition to learn new patterns like sound and speech patterns. For this daily habit, you may only shadow 1 to 5 sentences per day. That's okay. This is also a powerful habit because you're learning how to understand natives when they speak at a natural pace, which is a lot faster than classroom English. Habit number 5, read 1 page. To become fluent, you need a wide range of vocabulary on a variety of topics. Students often stick to classroom English topics like their daily routines, favorite foods, or hobbies. But in the real world, you need to be prepared to discuss Elon Musk's latest invention, your opinion on nuclear power, Google's quantum computer, the latest election, a Hollywood scandal, scuba diving, plant-based diets, and any other topic of conversation that comes up. You need an incredibly diverse range of vocabulary to truly be fluent. The best way to achieve that is by reading a diverse range of topics. For this daily habit, commit to reading 1 page of a news article or blog post and make sure every day you choose a different topic. You may enjoy discussing politics and only read political news. But what about when you're at a party and the conversation switches from politics to plant-based diets? Will you be prepared? And when you read, don't just learn the individual words. Learn those words in context and make sure you learn how to take that word and use it in a full grammatical sentence. Since you're reading, you also need to make sure you're learning the correct pronunciation, so make sure you use an audio dictionary so you can use your new vocabulary confidently in spoken English. To help you with this, you can use my playlist, Learn English with the News. Every Monday, I post a new lesson where we review a news article together, and I always choose diverse topics to expose my students to a wide range of vocabulary. Each article is 3 pages, so you can review 1 page per day. And I have a library of videos, so you can spend all year learning with this playlist. Habit number 6, write 1 page. Writing is a powerful way to add new words, phrases, and grammatical structures to your permanent memory. Your brain needs a lot of repetition to permanently learn new information. For this habit, you should write based on what you read in habit 5. You can summarize what you read. You can share your opinion on what you just read. You can form sentences using the new vocabulary you learned. You don't have to write a 1-page story. You can write 1 page that contains individual sentences that aren't related to each other. Although you certainly can write a 1-page story if that interests you. You can also write about your other habits. Remember that random question you answered during habit 2? Why not write your answer to that question? You can generate new questions using the same website for habit number 6. Or why not write down the simple observations you made during habit number 1? Look around your room and write 1 simple observation and then see what comes next. Maybe you'll write your opinion on it or provide more details. Just like with habit 2, your goal is simply to practice. Follow these 6 habits every day, and 2025 will be the year that you become fluent. Now use this lesson to start using these daily habits right now.